On the phone with us right now, we have Alfie from Dusky. Hi, Alfie.
Hiya, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good.
So can you tell us a little bit about Dusky and how you met and started making music together?
Yeah, I mean, we are Dusky. We make house and techno, basically, and other forms of electronic dance music and electronica. Me and Nick met at school, actually, at Sixth Form College, which I don't know what the equivalent is in New Zealand, if you have that as well, but it's from about 16 to 18 in the UK. So, yeah, when we were about 16 years old, we met up, and us and a bunch of other mates used to kind of go out raving together and DJ and collect records and stuff. And then we started messing around with production around about the same time, actually. Well, in terms of collaborating, we've both been experimenting already, but in terms of collaborating, it was around that then that we got together and started making tracks. And then it wasn't until much later, years down the line, that we actually released music. And then Dusky's our most recent project, which has been going for a little while now, about a couple of years, 2.5 years now. So, yeah, that's that.
Awesome. So when producing music together, do you follow the usual workflow or are things done differently each time?
We do things differently each time. At the moment, because we're on tour a lot, we often start ideas on our laptops, and then one of us will, we just sketch a little idea, and then we might pass it to the other, and then we might open it up on our proper studio, and then actually kind of, flesh it out into a full track. But some tracks can be ones that I've started, some are ones that Nick started. And there's some tracks are ones that we just start totally afresh in the studio and do it all in one kind of sitting, well, in terms of the actual main ideas and stuff anyway. So, yeah, it totally varies.
Awesome.
So have you guys always, been into, dance, house music?
Yeah, I think growing up in the UK, it was such a huge boom in the 90s, and we had so much pirate radio stations around the place that it was hard to escape dance music, really. It was just all over the airwaves and everywhere, all over the TV and showing in supermarkets. So, we were kind of more into garage and things like drum and bass and things like that back then, hardcore and whatever. But definitely house was still, we knew about the kind of house classics and stuff like that. So, it's definitely something that's always been a part of our lives.
Yeah.
And what influences you two? What influences your music?
All sorts, really. We both grew up listening to all sorts of different types of music. Both listen to some jazz and soul and stuff. I've got some classical training, so listen to a lot of classical stuff, and still do actually listen to a lot of that. And then just general kind of popped up rock as well. A little bit of everything, really. We're quite open-minded when it comes to listening to music. So yeah, and I think everything's influenced us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So talking about live sets, how do you find DJing as a duo?
Yeah, it's great. We really like it because it's great just having an extra pair of hands just to do more with. Really, one of us can be doing EQing, and the other one can be doing effects, while someone else is doing throwing in some loops or something.
Yeah.
So we like that aspect, and it's different from DJing, and then obviously because it's you don't always know what the other one's going to choose to play.
Yeah.
But I think because we work together so well, or we work together so closely, I think we kind of we know each other's quirks, and sometimes we kind of think that we know what the other one's going to play, or we can predict things like that. So so it's quite a smooth kind of procedure, really, in terms of performing.
Awesome. So you'll be here for Rhythm and Vine soon. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, we can't wait. It'll be our first time there, and first time ever in New Zealand as well.
Awesome.
So we've got extra excited about it, yeah.
And you get to come to a nice summer as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, yeah. We can't wait for that. It's already getting pretty cold here in London and very dark as well, so
Yeah.
definitely will be appreciating the sunshine, I think.
For
Yeah.
sure. So do you guys enjoy the touring lifestyle, or do you prefer being back at home in the studio?
Yeah, we really love touring. I mean, at the moment, but maybe, if we keep touring, if we're lucky enough to keep touring for years and years, perhaps we'll get a bit jaded. But at the moment, it's still really exciting. We're, visiting lots of new places, meeting really cool people, and playing lots of really great shows and parties at the moment,
Yeah.
which is great. So, yeah, we're really enjoying it. I mean, it can be exhausting, and there's sometimes a lot of waiting around, in airports and stuff like that, but all the fun stuff more than makes up for that.
Yeah, for sure.
So is there anyone out there that you'd like to work with, or any collaborations in the making?
Yeah, we're trying to work with a few different singers at the moment. I guess there are lots of people that we'd like to collaborate with, but we don't have sort of plans at the moment. I mean, it would be great to work with some of the kind of the old, our kind of house and techno heroes. Some of the original Chicago guys and Detroit guys. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But as I say, at the moment we're just focusing on getting a few vocal tracks done. So we're just working with some singers, some kind of new people, some people more established. But yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here at Radio Control, we like to ask the question, if Dusky were a fruit, what fruit do you think you guys would be and why?
Oh, okay.
The tough questions.
That is a really tough question. I think we'd be maybe a grapefruit, because we've got a bit of I think we've got a little bit of an edge in our
Nice.
music. But we're also pretty tasty as well.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's great. Well done.
I say it myself.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Alfie, and we can't wait to see you at Rhythm and Vines.
Yeah, we can't wait. Thanks so much for having me on.
Not
Awesome.
a problem.
Good luck with touring, and enjoy New Zealand when you come here.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, can't wait.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. See ya.
Bye. Okay, do we have a Dusky track to play?
We sure do.
Awesome.
I have a 9T8 right here. So enjoy this, everyone, and we will be back real soon.